Is it chill if like I only call you cousin instead of calling you cousin Zebedina? Because that's 4 whole syllables and it sounds awkward. Okay, cool. I just want you to know that's gonna happen. Oh, you found him? Wait.
I mean, I don't know what like your current terms are, but
No, say I am taking you to meet you.
in what vehicle?
She went today already with her mom and tourists.
Don't say when you take me see it. No. Say when are we going to do this?
You should.
Pass it off. Let's do it.
Wait, how'd you get him back? Didn't he also
I
bring
used
him?
those on my ears when I was little as jewelry.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, you hold their neck and then you hold it up to their ear and their mouth will be open and it'll just onto your ear. Wear it during the play.
I understand that. Anytime it tells me that I'm challenged. I'm not married, you know. She may be beautiful, but there are other aspects of values.
Get dressed.
I have to sing.
You're not singing right now.
Well, I just take it off again?
Well, at least mine.
I have a headache.
You know where it is now?
What do you say? Because I'm not practicing you.
Oh. I regularly underestimate those assets. But, thanks for the reminder. And, just so you know, beauty isn't only limited to mirror.
Oh my god.
At first I was like, oh, he loves me. And then I'm going to be like,
I'm running away from responsibility. I'm sorry. Boston. That hurts. Fine, we can get divorced. Wait, you're in the
It'd be so great if you tripped, honestly. It'd be so great.
It would be hilarious. You're just like, let's go, band. Let's go, Frank.
In here?
Yeah.
I'm literally gonna just be relaxing back here for a while. Tony? It's right there. Right? Huh? I'm just gonna look at you like, hey. If you pause like that, I'm just gonna be like, hey. I'm Gucci. So you got the stuff? Thank you. Oh, that's sad.
Welcome to Student Week of Prayer. Please stand and join us as we worship our God who loves us unconditionally. Salvation sounds a new beginning as distant hearts begin believing. Redemption's fate is unrelenting. Your love goes on. Your love goes on. You carry us when the world
Dear Jesus, thank you so much for bringing us here together for a third night of Week of Prayer. Thank you for blessing us with the message of David's life story. Please bless all the actors tonight and help them to portray the story as accurately as possible. And be with all of us in this room to get as much as we can from the message. Amen.
Not a very warm crowd. All right. So welcome back. Actually, get up. Move. Move over. My mom says she can't see me because the microphone's in the way. So, anyways, I think I should be lead host tonight. So, GCA, aren't you loving this? No? Well, if you don't love it, you can put it in our Q&A box. Rude. Anyways, tonight we're just going to do a little recap, and we also have a special little treat for you guys because it's midweek, so just a little something to get over hump day. And first, the recap, right?
Yeah, okay. So here's what happened, y'all. David, Goliath fought. It was kind of a big deal. The power went out. People was like cheering. It was kind of lit, I guess. Not really, but yeah, that's what happened last night.
Also, a pig ran into the camp, and a Hebrew took it out, and, you know, all the other stuff about David not being able to fit into the armor, and, you know, no blood. It was great. So, we have a David trivia game just to see if you guys were paying attention to the show. So, can I have one volunteer, one from each side. Stormy? Who's that? Miles. Oh, okay. Sibling competition.
I'm so She feels uncomfortable.
It's fine. It's fine. Here. Yeah, they work. Okay. So how this is going to work is I will read you guys the questions, and you have 15 seconds to answer them. And whoever answers first gets to answer. And, you know, if they get it right, then they get a point. So the first question is Hannah Bible or brain? Sorry, that's wrong. Do you have an answer?
Yeah.
Well, actually, no.
Yeah, I have it.
No. Nobody gets that point. Second question. Listen closely, because I'm going to read the options for the answers. Where is the battle taking place? Bethany, Babylon, Elah, or Soko?
Bethany.
No. Sorry.
What were the options?
The options were Bethany, which is wrong, Babylon, Elah, or Soko.
Elah?
Yes. 1 point for Miles. Okay. The third and final question, guys. What is the Hebrew name for the high priest? Is it Hakakasher-Vagadah, Hakakohen Haggadah, Hassar, or Habiru?
Hassar.
No. No. It is not Hassar. Everybody.
What was the other option?
The other options were Hakakasher-Vagadah, Hakakohen Haggadah, or Habiru.
Habiru.
You were already wrong. She's wrong twice.
Okay, what was the second one?
The second one was Hakakohen Haggadah.
What was the first one?
Hakakasher-Vagadah.
That's the one I just said. B.
Yes. Everybody?
I'm leaving.
Here's your prize. Sorry, they're warm. I was sitting on them. No, you don't have the prize. Because you lied. we're going to have our experts come out and explain some of the things in a play to you. Can we have all of our experts come out on the stage? Welcome, ladies. So, can you tell us some quick facts and bullet points, please?
I only have like 2 things. I'll be pretty quick. The first one is that David, after Saul enslaved him and wouldn't let him leave the palace, he still had to leave to like talk to Samuel. So he would have to run 20 miles just to get to Samuel's house, and then 20 miles back before like the king would catch him. And that's 40 miles, and it seems like a lot for us, but back in those times they didn't have buses or anything, so if you wanted to go somewhere, you would have to walk or run unless you could afford an animal, but most people in that time couldn't afford one. And the other thing is Balak and a dead lamb, which is kind of confusing because Balak's an imagined character, but I still think I should explain it because in our story tonight, David's kind of bodyguard talks about it a little bit. So I have the story here, but I'll just paraphrase. Basically, David is a young boy carrying a lamb to the inn because one of the guests there wants to buy it. And then he is stopped by Balak, who hates him, and after a confrontation, beats David and kills the lamb.
Aww.
David's family takes Balak's family to court at the city gate once David has recovered, and because there was a witness, Balak's family is dishonored, and he gets sent to live with relatives in Jebus, and that's basically how he ends up in the palace working for King Saul.
All right, guys, so of course my portion is Bible or Brain. I'm going to tell you guys all about the brain tonight and about some of the Bible, but basically our ideas about brain has to deal with David. David, you're going to meet his brothers tonight, and they're going to appear to be a little aggressive or mean to him, but don't worry, that's complete brain. Also, you're going to meet 3 new characters, Merab, Hanan, and Ethan. Now, Ethan is the leader of a Habiru tribe, along with Hanan, but Hanan's the leader of a different tribe. And Hanan is also different because he feels attracted to David to the point where he decides he wants to help him. So that's all of the brain that we have, and then all of Bible has to deal with David again, has to deal with David not wanting to be king, because David didn't want to be king, which is weird because who wouldn't want to be king? I mean, you get like riches and fame. But he didn't want to be king. It says it straight in the Bible, so that of course is Bible. Also, we have a mixture tonight which has to do with his bodyguards, or what we call retainers. And it's kind of half Bible, half brain, because it says it in the Chronicles that he did have a group of mighty men around him, which included Shaggai and Alhanan or something like that. And that group of bodyguards, they were with him, but it doesn't really say it in the Bible, but it does say it in the Chronicles, so we kind of give it a halfway between. Also, I want to give you guys and leave you guys with a little tip. I need you guys to make sure that you pay attention because tonight you're going to see God working in amazing ways.
Thank you. Bella?
All right, so tonight my whole list are titles. So we have Bakor and Bakora, which were names given to the oldest son or daughter of the family. So if you were the oldest son, you were called Bakor, and if you were the oldest daughter, you were called Bakora. Also, we have Adoni and Adonai. Adoni is the Hebrew word for Lord, and Adonai is the Hebrew word specifically used to talk about God. We also have Sarah and Sar, which mean princess and prince. So if a parent names their daughter Sarah,
Shout out to Sarah Fisher.
they're actually naming her princess after the Hebrew word Sarah. That's it.
Thank you, guys. Hope, do we have any questions?
Yes, we actually do. We have 2 questions tonight. The first one was from Caitlin Kelch, which was, did the Philistine armies often have giants? Well, giants were probably a little more common than they were today, but it's hard to say for sure. Many scholars think that the Israelites were just short, and so Goliath would be about 7 feet tall.
I relate. Everybody's giants to me.
Our other question is from Autumn. It was, how do you know that David wasn't a legitimate son till he was older? Well, it's more of a guess. We don't know that for sure, but Bella talked about it a bit on Monday in more detail. It's definitely not something that's specifically stated in the Bible, but if you read between the lines, there are some hints
We also had some other not so biblical questions. One was hi question mark. Hey, I don't know.
Serenity.
Yeah. Another one was can a match box? I don't know, but can a box match? Well, then why would you ask that question in the first place?
I'm letting her have
Just
the
say,
close part
just
for today so we can.
Yeah, you've been pretty quiet today, so would you like to lead out?
Yes, all right. On behalf of the late night crew tonight, the segment, let's get into the show, the story. It's exciting tonight. So, Aaron and Michaela's out. Thanks.
The day that he killed Goliath, Saul kept David and did not let him return home. He was quite the addition to the palace of Gibeah. Quite the addition to the palace of Gibeah. It was like taking a bull from a formal dinner. No. Perhaps much worse. He quickly developed a reputation for being a hill man, as the South was considered hilly or Arabic territory. But he couldn't be helped but being loved in Gibeah. There was something about him that drew people in. Maybe not initially, but eventually. Perhaps it's better hearing it from her.
I didn't love him at first sight. Instead, he infuriated me.
Truest statement I've heard today.
And most of the time, he was an embarrassment to have around. He said the wrong things at the wrong times, had no sense of appropriate court behavior or address, didn't know how to treat the royal family or important dignitaries.
He was a complete and utter disaster.
And the most infuriating thing about him was his inability to accept compliments. We all could see that Yahweh had his hand on him, but he saw none of it. All he wanted was a tiny closet for himself and his retainer, Ahiam.
I cannot imagine living in a closet. Where would we put everything?
Rena, would you like to tell the story yourself?
Me? I thought you would never ask.
Ahiam at least had sense, but David was stubborn. He often felt trapped inside, and he felt that he needed to escape. And he also never wanted to take what was given to him.
Instead, he would reject it. As his retainer told him to take what he was given. Especially so after he drove out the demon from the king with his music. He often felt trapped inside and felt the need to escape. He seemed about to explode.
He was nearly as dramatic as you, Rena. I will never forget the night soon after that I snuck out for some fresh air myself and discovered that this southern Samar had much more from the outside than could be seen.
David, you well?
Recovering.
Still? Do you have all you need?
For now. I had an unexpected surprise, however. Balak is here, him.
That snake. I thought we were rid of him when his father sent him from Bethlehem.
So did I. I hadn't heard that he left his kinspeople in Jebus.
Has he left you in peace?
He was ordered to serve me while I was sequestered with the king.
Balak? Ha! I'd give my right arm to see that. He always has considered himself above you.
Sir Michael's order definitely took him by surprise. He managed to hide it, however, along with his anger. He paid me back, though. He was in charge of the food and was scant and barely edible.
Is that why it's taking you so long to recover?
I would have been exhausted in any case.
I'll talk to Ethan. We'll arrange something.
Balak is the one that requested me for the Zamar for the king. Why would I be in danger?
Do you remember the time that he beat you so badly and left you in the street like a dead lamb? I'll talk to Ethan. We'll work something out.
All right. Whatever Ethan decides. Can you take a trip tonight?
As Yahweh's arrow, I am at your service, David.
If you go all formal on me, him, I'll trim your hair with my belt knife.
Uh-huh. You and whose army? Where do you want to go?
North. It'll take a while yet. I'm slow, but I'm going to be back by dawn.
It's all right. We can take the easy route. Follow me.
You must be going to Ramah to see Samuel. This is something no one should know about Michael. It's treason because the king told him to stay here, and to disobey means... I'm sorry, Michael, but as much as I try to keep you out of difficult situations, you seem to be right in them with me.
Why did they beer about him, Jonathan?
You shouldn't be asking that, Michael. As your older brother, I'm trying to protect you.
Your answer already tells me all that I need to know. I'm not Merib, you know. She may be beautiful, but there are other assets that are valuable as well.
I regularly underestimate those assets, little sister. Thanks for the reminder. But, just so you know, beauty isn't only something limited to Merib. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, thank you.
David came often to visit us during his time of enslavement in the palace. Yes, enslavement's what I call it, because by forgetting him to go home, that's essentially what Saul was doing to him. But I'm thankful that Jonathan overlooked his visits to come see us, because David seemed to desperately need the encouragement that Roa Samuel gave him.
Well, we knew it could mean death for all of us. To David, even to Hassar Jonathan, if Saul or Abner or even Balak found out. But Yahweh's hand was always on him, and everybody that knew him knew that he had no desire to take the throne. Still, it was a constant concern for all of us, except the Roa.
No surprise, really, that the man of God, in everything, he submitted to Yahweh's will.
Shalom, David ben Jesse. What brings you here today?
I need to talk to someone, Roa, and I have no one but you.
Please, join us. Yahweh's arrows need not wait outside. You are always welcome in my house. You have a long journey ahead of you tonight. You will need energy. Here is food. Eat it all. David, much has happened to you recently. You have learned a lot. What troubles you tonight?
I don't know what to do. Am I doing as Yahweh desires? I'm so conflicted. I would give my life for Hussar, but now I'm ordered to replace him?
That is a difficult place to be. But David, is your life yours anymore to give away?
No.
You must remember that Yahweh has taken you for himself. He has anointed you to be the king over his people. You must remember that loyalty. You need to put your honor with Yahweh above all else.
Why must I take from the Hussar who suffers so much right now? Why would that be what Yahweh desires?
David, the throne of Israel belongs to Yahweh, not to the king. He gives it to whomever he chooses. But maybe this will make you feel better. Yahweh will give you the throne. It is not your place to take it.
So I can wait then?
You can wait. That is your job now, to wait and to learn. Yahweh has put you in the court of Saul so you can learn what you should do and what you shouldn't do to be a good king. When the time comes for you to be the king, you will know, because Yahweh will make the situation where all you have to do is accept it. It is about time for you to go. Don't worry about the spies that have been watching. Yahweh is hiding your presence from them. Go with Yahweh. Cling to his honor.
Time spent with the Roa was a comfort to me because my relationship. But I owe my life to Jonathan. He risked his life to keep a secret that I was going to wrong him. Mostly because he understood my need to find worthiness. Because even after my conversations with my grandmother, I still did not understand what it meant to get honor from Yahweh. I remember after the battle, after I fought Goliath, my brother Ozan came with news from home. With my sweet sister Abigail. Finally, Abinadab told me, and I collapsed to the ground with fear and emotion. And Jonathan could see the family dynamics playing out around him.
David, what happened?
My sister, the one I'm closest to, had a miscarriage and is very ill.
Why is it that David did not hear this news with the rest of you?
That is a matter of family honor, Adnan.
It's fine. Abinadab told me what had happened. It's family matter. It touches no one else.
Perhaps touching you touches more than you know. Are you able to come to the king? He's had men looking for you.
I'll come. Is everyone else well at home?
Yes, Yermi says that she misses you very much. She also says that you need to be home soon.
I said I would relay any messages.
I'm ready to go.
Going? Well, I'm not through with you yet, Bang Geber.
Yes, Bakor.
I'll expect you to have your things here by tonight.
since I would not have you troubling anyone to the dishonor of our house.
I will, Bakar.
I suppose these two Habiru will be with you?
They'll be with me, Bakar.
Sleep out by the fire then, and keep them and anything else you have collected in their proper places.
I will, Bakar. Have I your leave to go?
Where would you need to go?
I'm called by the king, Bakar.
Are you?
I came from the king myself, Bakor.
Have we met?
Once, Bakor. Pray we don't meet again. I doubt you would like the consequences. Coming, David? A blessing for Eliab that the Asar is a level-headed man. The twitch to handle the matter myself, it almost came over me. You know, were it not for the fact that Eliab was one of the line of Boaz, I'd not have waited around for Prince Jonathan to use his diplomacy.
You talk as big as the great sea, Shige. However, you know what Ethan would have done if you had interfered?
In the family matters,
yeah.
Ethan himself would have needed restraint.
So, Eliab escaped the wrath, eh?
Undoubtedly, yes. Although more is yet to come for the fool.
A fool and his head are soon parted.
Yes, a fool and his head are soon parted.
But a fool and his pride are soon parted as well.
Him. You're always too busy bewitching the ladies.
That's true.
Oh, you can't even remember a good Habiru proverb. Tell me, do you remember the secret entrance into the palace of Gibeah?
Yeah. It's through the kitchen.
Ah, yeah. Good place to stroll through.
Yeah, I see you strolled through there a few too many times.
Perhaps. But if you recall, the palace kitchen was a place where all the news came.
That's true.
Especially after David dispatched the second attack by the Philistines after the death of Goliath. Place to casually get information.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of things to hear and see and eat. It was quite the busy place after David killed the giant, saving the Hussar and the army.
Thanks to Anon.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, too bad Ethan couldn't convince him to join our group so that we could have a scout that speaks to the wind. Or is the wind?
That would be me.
That would be you. But, however, you've gone through the kitchen way too much to be the wind. So, we'll leave that to you.
Perhaps if you weren't so quick with your tongue, you wouldn't get sent to visit the wind.
Ha! However, you have to be fast to catch the wind, big one. Ooh.
You know,
Almost got you there.
I don't know about that. Big long staff works pretty well too.
Are you the David?
Yes?
You have already lost 3 mules and a couple donkeys from the 10 Habiru out there. There's at least 10 more coming with several other Philistine units. You're under attack.
Wait, what is your clan? How are you called?
I am from David Joel's band, from Kalen. My name is Hanan.
We won't stay, Hanan. How'd you come by this information?
I saw them. There's at least 10 more coming. Are you going to sit here and ask me questions for the rest of the night, or are you going to go protect yourselves? I took a while to find your tent.
Him, Shagai!
Saved the country. He's a hero. Good job, David. No, it wouldn't bother me so much if he was not a goody-goody lowlife like he is. Oh, David, you're so brave. Oh, David, you're such a good warrior. Oh, he's so handsome. That's exactly what they'll say. Mark my words, he'll start to revel in his glories. Perhaps compare him to someone like the king? Yes, the king and his madness. Naturally, and I and my brilliance. Control him like a puppet. And no one, like Ben Geber should have all the glory. Any glory. Trust me on that.
I heard that he just stood there, refusing to yield an inch just long enough for our army to hit them from behind.
And they say that King Saul stood right behind David because it was the safest place.
That's surely where I would want to stand.
Me too. They say that the Philistine battle line broke on David like a twig on a rock.
And that he had 6 soldiers fighting on either side, fighting with demons.
And I heard General Abner took the sword right in his hand and fought with it.
Well, that's too bad. He'll be dead before the end of the day then. Abner has no scruples and no humility. To lose his sword to the Zamar is to be disgraced in the worst possible way.
You are so dramatic, Zebedina. Tell me exactly how Abner could kill a David with no sword. Besides, if the Zamar can take the sword so easily, then Abner's no match for him.
The David is such a warrior that soon there will be no more enemies for Israel.
I heard Saul has made him general.
He killed a giant. Why wouldn't they make him king?
Mary, you can't say that, at least not yet.
But soon, maybe that would be the case.
But we can all say the truth. Saul killed thousands and David killed 10,000s.
Saul killed thousands and David killed 10,000s. Saul killed thousands and David killed 10,000s.
The real news is when the wedding will be. I heard he's been promised to Merab.
But I heard that Merab doesn't want him, and Michael does.
The Kara Merab, my dear. You grace us with your beautiful presence in the kitchen. Are you well?
I'm tired. I haven't been sleeping well, cousin.
I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything we can do to help? Perhaps some herbs to calm him down?
No, thanks. It's not, I don't like it here. In the palace, I mean. I miss our home in the country and the simple life we had before. Well, before Abi became king. I don't want to be stuck here forever. You get me, right?
Sure, Merab.
We definitely understand Merab. The palace can be very stuffy this time of year. I think we should get some fresh air right about now. Don't you?
Yeah, thanks. I like that.
Saul was very angry. This refrain displeased him greatly. They credited him with tens of thousands, he thought, but me with only thousands. What more can he get but the kingdom? And when Saul realized that the Lord was with David and that his daughter, Michal, loved David, he was very afraid. and they remain enemies for the rest of their days. Such a sad story, because David loved Saul and his whole family. But with Balak and Abner fueling the jealousy that harbored in Saul's heart, it wasn't easy undoing. Yahweh sent David to Saul's house for many reasons. For lessons David would learn, for the relationship he would grow with Jonathan, and for Saul's sake. That he would turn his heart back towards Yahweh. But he would not. But the next few parts of David's story reflect on the downward spiral that separation with Yahweh brings.
If you could go back and relive one day of your life all over again and unmake a mistake that left you a million miles away from the you once knew. Now yesterday's shame keeps saying that you'll never get back on track. But what if I told you you're one step away from surrender, one step away from coming home, coming home. One step from arms wide open, his love has never let you go. You're not alone, you're one step away. It doesn't matter how far you've gone. Mercy says you don't have to keep running down the road you're on. Love's never met a lost cause. Your shame, lay it down. Leave your ghosts in the past, cause you know that you can't go back, but you can turn around. You've never been more than one step away from surrender, one step away from coming home, coming home. One step from arms wide open, his love has never let you go. You're not alone, you're one step away. Lay down your old chains. Come now and take up your new name. Your best life up ahead now. You're one step away. Lay down your old chains. Come now and take up your new name. Your best life up ahead now. You're one step away. Lay down your old chains. Come now and take up your new name. Your best life up ahead now. You're one step away. So come on home, come on home. One step from arms wide open, his love has never let you go. You're not alone, you're one step away.
Okay. All right. Wonderful, wonderful performance was that. Welcome to Week of Prayer, everybody. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Alyssa Stojkic, and I'm a freshman here at GCA. Going with what Calvin spoke on Monday night, I will also be saying how I came here and that I think it was God's will for me to be here. So to start off, I was born near Virginia Beach and grew up in the Ottawa area. I went to this school called Oaks, which I know some of you here have graduated from there. Oak stands for Udall Adventist Kindergarten School, and yes, it is named after an oak tree. But I was there K through 8, and when I got to 7th and 8th grade, I had to make a decision on what high school to go to. CA and GCA were my choices. I wanted to go to GCA, but I was also kind of like, God, I will go wherever you want me to. But there was one little problem. We were struggling with money a few weeks before school. And I also have a twin brother, for most of you who don't know, and so we had to pay for him to go to high school as well. But thankfully, with prayer, progress, and some amazing people, we both were able to go to the school we wanted to. I was able to come here, and my brother was able to go to Hilger in downtown Chattanooga. So yeah, thank you. So now I have a Lego analogy. I have an illustration. So if you could please, Florence, come up. I have to grab the Legos. Okay. Thank you. Here I have a Lego. Now the Lego's on the floor. All right. So let's pretend that I'm God. All right, Florence, can you take off your shoes, please? Yes. Florence, can you please step on the Lego?
But it's gonna hurt.
It won't hurt. Have you even ever stepped on a Lego before?
Yeah, and it actually really hurt.
Well, you can trust me. Just step on the Lego.
Can I hold your hand?
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't really hurt, actually.
Good, you trusted. It probably does, but good, you trusted me into stepping on the Lego. Good, you trusted me in stepping on the Lego. You can go sit down. Give a hand for Florence. So that example was like me. I didn't know what school to go to. And so I was kind of like debating. I was like, God, what do you want? Like, I don't know. So yeah, even though I didn't know what to do, even though I wanted to choose GCA, I still didn't know what to do. And sometimes we view God's will and plan for us like that. The truth is, He won't ask us to do something that will harm us, but wants to see us succeed. In Jeremiah 29:11, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." And so for me, that was a reminder that God wants best for me and for the rest of you, even though I still was confused and lost. Do you guys ever wonder what God's will is for you? I know I do. If you guys want to know what God's will is for you, it's okay to throw yourself at His feet and be like, God, I need help. But you can't just give it all to Him and not be a part of it. Like, you have to be all in to go through the progress, and you have to be with Him for Him to take you through it all. And it's your life, not His. But He wants to help you. In Romans 12:2, it says, "Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will." So we shouldn't conform to the pattern of this world and do what we think it wants us to do, like we were in charge of it. But Paul says, if you really want to know what God's will is, don't conform to that pattern, but you have to throw yourself in God's hands and do what He wants. So like I said, God won't give you something you can't handle, even though sometimes it may be risky. Like stepping on a Lego, or for me, choosing a school, and for David, being chosen to become king. In 1 Samuel, it mentions that Saul became jealous and angry at David because he knew that when God chose David to defeat Goliath, he would soon become king. And he could feel it as well, because he didn't feel the Spirit with him anymore, but it was with David. Because of Saul's anger, he hunted David and wanted him gone. He was throwing quite the shade back then. But because David trusted and knew that this was God's will for him, he trusted God. And even though he may have been somewhat afraid, because it does say that he ran off into the wilderness for a long time. But David ended up taking that step of courage, just like taking that step on a Lego, or for me, taking the step to which school. So as I was saying, if you guys, and really trusting God and knowing that it's his plan, like stepping on the Lego or choosing the school for me. So if you guys are still thinking, how am I supposed to know what God's will is for me, just know that you will feel it. Once I got here to GCA and became officially part of it, I felt like this was another family for me. And I really felt God's presence here. And if you guys didn't get anything from this, I want you to get one thing. Focus on God's will and not what you think you want.
Are you hurting and broken within? Overwhelmed by the weight of your sin? Jesus is calling. Have you come to the end of yourself? Do you thirst for a drink from the well? Jesus is calling. Oh, come to the altar. The Father's arms are open wide. Forgiveness was bought with the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Leave behind your regrets and mistakes. Come today, there's no reason to wait. Jesus is calling. Bring your sorrows and trade them for joy. From the ashes, a new life is born. Jesus is calling. Oh, come to the altar. The Father's arms are open wide. Forgiveness was bought with the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Oh, what a Savior! Isn't he wonderful? Sing hallelujah. Christ is risen. Bow down before him, for he is Lord of all. Sing hallelujah. Christ is risen. Oh, what a Savior! Isn't he wonderful? Sing hallelujah. Christ is risen. Bow down before him, for he is Lord.
us all together here now. And thank you so much for the performances. I hope everyone is getting from a blessing from it. And just help the rest of this week to go well. Thank you for the good weather. And just thank you for blessing us. In your name, amen. Please be seated. There will be announcement.
All right, before we go tonight, Mr. Fox wanted me to announce that tomorrow is the last day for sign-ups for softball and soccer. He's picking the teams tomorrow afternoon, so please go and sign up. We thank you for being here, and we hope to see you tomorrow evening. Have a good night.